Cinnamomum burmanni, agroplants.org, also known as Indonesian cinnamon or Batavia cassia. So this tree, it's perennial evergreen. Mostly it's used for the edible leaves and the edible bark. Mostly actually for the edible bark, and it's also used as ornamental and it's fragrant. It's possible to grow it as a bonsai or in a container. It can grow in variety of climates, subtropical, tropical or Mediterranean. Hardiness zone will be from 10B plus, but also possible to grow it as a hardiness zone of 10A with the right overwinter care. If you would like to grow it, there is a link below, link in the right top side. And if you purchase this is donation for this channel. Also don't forget to subscribe, it's really helpful for this channel to grow and to provide you actually much more videos. Okay, so some information about the tree itself. So as I said, the bark is edible, and this is the most useful part in the tree. In mature tree, the bark fall by itself, but sometimes need a little bit help, like a cut in the bark, and then it just in the season it's open and fall down. This is in a big trunk or big branches. But if you want, you can also use a little branches. Just cut them, wait that it will dry, and after this you can just take away the peel, let's say the bark, and just take it, peel it, take it out, and you can use it. It's a little bit harder to do it than to use a fully grown trunk, but it's also possible to use it. The leaves are also edible and can use for the flavors of the leaves, and they have also fragrant, but they are weaker. They are less fragrant and less. Let's say that just the bark is just much better, but it's also to use fresh leaf. It's very useful. Flowers are small, yellow, not very beautiful, but they exist. So how to grow it? So it's in warm climate, moist soil, rich soil with organic matter, and when it's young, better to fertilize it like 3 to 4 times a year. Depend if you grow it in the tropicals, more into the 4 times a year, and in the hardiness zone of 10B, for example, it just usually the tree doesn't grow over the winter, so no point to fertilize it in the winter. You can start to grow it by cutting seeds or just to buy a plant. It's possible to start from cutting, but it's a little bit harder, and it's faster than the seed, and seed it's possible. Be aware that this tree contain toxic coumarin, sorry. Planting season will be from the spring to the autumn, but in hardiness zone of 10A, better to plant it in the spring. Hardiness zone of 10B, spring to the summer. Hardiness zone of 11, spring to the autumn, and hardiness zone of 12 plus will be all the year. Major pests are brown spots and aphids. You can prune it all the year, it doesn't really matter. Usually weak, dead branches, usually for design. The height of the tree will be from 4 to 7 meters, so it's mean 12 to 21 feet. And in the right condition, it will be medium growing fast, I mean the speed. And water requirement will be average amount of water, but prefer regular amount of water, but with humidity and moist soil. Usually you just throw leaves on the soil, some mulch, and it keeps the soil, it will be enough. Also big amount of water, it's possible to give it. Light condition can be from full sun to half shade, will grow better in full sun. You can also grow it in a container. Better to start with small container, not with a desirable size, let's say by 20 to 30%, much more than the root ball. Why to do it? Because every time it's better to switch the soil every few years, and if you actually stuck with a big pot, it just you water just the soil without a point. You need a point for, and every time you need to switch the soil, it will be really big quantity of soil to switch each time, and there is no point. Better to start with something small and grow with the tree. Every time when you arrive to the desirable size of the container, prune the tree, prune the roots, and just switch part of the soil from the side usually. Except this, not special requirement. The watering, better to use like a potting mix or peat soil with perlite. But there isn't a special requirement in order to grow it in a container. If you want to have a trunk, I think it's supposed to be like at least, let's say the best will be really huge one, huge container. But let's say that you can start with 25 liters, so it means 6.5 gallon. But you cannot harvest the bark from this. It usually will be for small branches and leaves. To get a small kind of bark, you need at least 50 liter, so it means 13 gallon. The best will be 100 liter, so it means 26 gallon, and this is quite of a big container, so not everybody can have it, but it's possible, as I said, in 25 liters. So this is will be okay for just to harvest the leaves and small amount of branches in order to get some to eat the bark itself. Blooming season will be in the autumn to the winter. No point to touch the flowers, just you have some flowers in order to grow it from seeds. Mostly it's go into digestive or of the animal, like birds or something. So in order to stimulate the situation, you need to rub the seeds a little bit, remove some of the cover, and soak it in water for 24 hours, room temperature. Better to sow the seeds in slightly acidic soil. I mean 6.5 pH or something like this. So just put more peat soil, then you put perlite if you do the mix, or you actually can use only peat soil. It will be okay. Keep the seeds in dark and dry place in room temperature. If you want to sow it, the sowing season will be from the spring to early summer. This is the best. Of course, possible in the autumn and the winter, depend what the conditions that you give. Better to plant it in a different pot because it's take a while until it will bloom. It will germinate. Usually it's between 20 to 30 days, but I already saw can take 6, 7, 8 months in order to germinate. So this is why I highly recommend on the small pot. You need to take care that don't let it dry. Average amount of water, rich and moist soil. Half shade will be okay. Grow well in half shade. And this is actually, if you want to harvest the leaf, it will be, you can do it all the year, but better to wait that the tree established. The moment that established, you can cut it free, whatever you want. There isn't a problem. You can use it for fragrance, the leaves, beverage, or just to cook them. For the bark, it's possible all the year. Again, better after the tree is established, of course. Need to wait that the tree will be mature. So this is take a while. It will take few years. Depends the conditions that you give. You need to cut vertical line in the bark and wait until it will disconnected from the tree. Another option is to wait until the tree will take off by itself, the bark. And except this, it's not very hard to grow. It's a useful tree. Maybe the problem that it will be too much big for what you will need to use, so you can grow it small. Keep it small and you will enjoy it a lot. Unless you really like cinnamon, and this will be amazing for you to grow it. So why not to grow it? Because it's quite of easy. That's all from growplants.org. Don't forget to subscribe, visit our website, and of course, if you have any question, just ask. You have here links about more videos, some lists, subscribe, and of course purchase a plant, and this is donation for our channel. I hope you enjoy and come visit us again.